What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and it's been a long damn Thursday, but it's time to talk a little bit about the birds, which there's always time for that. So thank you for tuning in. Any questions, comments are welcome. But tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit about these draft picks because, well, they've been on my damn mind, and we've been talking a little bit on the timelines, getting excited about some of these picks, looking at the highlights, looking at them signing, all that great stuff. But there's really a lot to take in here. Everybody felt a certain way, but I think, as people are learning more about these players, they're feeling a little bit better about this draft. And as you look at the draft as a whole, I think you start to feel a little bit better inside because you realize the fact that we acquired a first round pick next year. So that's pretty awesome when you think about the fact that we still got DeVonta Smith, Heisman Trophy winner, going to be a great weapon for Jalen Hurts. And obviously, we've talked about the fact that it's only going to make Jalen Reagor better. Travis Fulgham, Greg Ward, Quez Watkins, John Hightower, J.J. Arthur-Whiteside, all these guys are going to have to compete. There is a stud wide receiver in the building now. So clearly, pretty excited about DeVonta Smith. I think, obviously he would be everybody's favorite pick. For the most part, I think everybody would go with that. But, I wanted to know, possibly if you had something else on your mind, because we've got a lot of new faces here, guys. And, I think, I know JOK was huge on the list. And I think that's what everybody's still pissed off about. And I get it. I really like the guy too. But you have to think about the fact that, it just kills me inside that, we went offensive line and people are upset about it. But we talked about the fact for weeks that we would have to address interior offensive line. So we went there and, then we stacked up on defensive players, other than Gainwell, which I love that pick. I thought we made the right moves because we're retooling. And I like the fact that, I keep saying it's not necessarily a rebuild, and Howie said that the other day too. We have a lot of really good pieces here. So just getting younger in a lot of areas. And, we have the offensive line back, a lot of great veterans to help lead these young men. So I wanted to know who exactly, I know we've talked about the undrafted guys drafted, but I want to know who you are feeling. Who's your favorite pick? Who do you guys like, other than just DeVonta Smith? Because I like Zech McPhearson. I know a lot of people wanted an outside corner. I do myself. I still think we should go after someone like Steven Nelson in free agency. But, you see here, we added to the defensive line. I really can't complain about, everything I've heard about Milton Williams. When I watched the tape, I thought he was impressive. I didn't think the Eagles would be going, defensive tackle. So I didn't really think that was an option in that round. You always know that the trenches are an option for the Eagles, but then to back it up with that Marlon Tuipulotu pick, just shoring it up. And then the last pick, Patrick Johnson. So I was like, oh, damn, got some defensive. And then, of course, my favorite, Tarron Jackson. So you got yourself 4 defensive linemen. And, we're trying to get younger there. We understand the Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, all getting older, the cap hits, all that. You got to get younger there. So I'm excited about the picks there. But JaCoby Stevens, I think for me, that's one of my favorites on defense because, dude, this kid's that hybrid linebacker we're talking about. And the reason, he fell down a little bit is because people weren't necessarily sure where he would go. So is he a linebacker? Is he a safety? Not the greatest coverage safety, and he does miss some tackles, so not necessarily a box safety you want, but, not necessarily the size of a linebacker, but he's perfect for a Jonathan Gannon-led defense, I do believe. And I think that kid is going to be a hard hitter, a hard worker. He's a leader. And I think, he's going to be perfect for this defense. So I was excited to see that pick. And then beyond, the defensive line and then getting JaCoby Stevens, we added to the offense. And I think, oh, my Lord, I really liked Kenneth Gainwell. I think that you guys, if you saw the 4th and John show, I was freaking out because, that kid, we've talked about getting another running back in this room. Miles Sanders is phenomenal, but we clamor for 20 carries a game. But even with his 15 to 18 carries, he was getting hurt. So I like Jordan Howard. I think it was a decent signing, but like I said, I still want to address that damn running back room. So go after a running back in this draft. And they did just that. Kenneth Gainwell is somebody who can actually pass protect, so that gets me excited. But what a versatile back. Somebody that's going to be able to run the ball, catch the ball, and he's going to be that, Swiss Army knife that we need in the backfield. And I like that a lot. And I think having him, Howard, Sanders, that's a much better backfield. We talked about it last night because Kerryon Johnson was released. But, looking at our running back room right now, I like what I see there, but I wouldn't mind an upgrade there. So I'll be intrigued to see if we'd go after someone like Kerryon Johnson. Regardless, I like Kenneth Gainwell there, and I think he will definitely help this room out. And talking about Jason Kelsey, he's not going to be around forever. So Landon Dickerson, if he stays healthy, it's a great pick. Won't necessarily need to be used this year, and some people are upset about that. But what if it's a blessing in disguise because he needs that redshirt year? And then he can step in for Kelsey when he retires. I know he can help at guard in case any kind of injuries. You know how that's been going. But, hey, we've got a new coaching staff. We've got new everything. Sports medicine people. It's beautiful to see because we all know we need to change. So we got that change that we wanted. And I think, going into this draft, we talk about we needed to, look ahead for a couple years. We're going to have some bumpy roads. We're not necessarily looking at a Super Bowl win here. So you have to build for the future. And I think that's what we did. And getting DeVonta Smith, that's clearly the best move because you not only did that, but you moved back. And everybody asked, why would you move back in the top 10? Well, that's if you're not giving up what you got to move back. So you only give up a third round to move up the 2 spots to get DeVonta Smith instead of having to go against him and Kenny Golladay together in the Giants. That would have sucked. But you got a great pick and you got a first round pick for next year. We might have 3 first round picks. Regardless, we have 2, and that second could turn into 1 with the whole Carson Wentz situation. Hell yeah. Let's go. Not necessarily praising Howie at this moment. I want to see how these draft picks pan out. I like where it's headed, though, and I want to see Jalen Hurts with, a true wide receiver 1, Rager being used correctly, us running the ball. I think Sirianni's going to be a good coach. I'm really excited. I think he could grow into be a great coach. So let's go Birds, man. I'm getting really excited about this team and just wanted to let you guys know my excitement. And I think, you're going to have some guys that are helping you day one. And I think that's going to be DeVonta Smith, Kenneth Gainwell, Zech McPhearson. Milton Williams could get himself some snaps in there, Tarron Jackson, and then JaCoby Stevens is really going to help that linebacker room. So I think, looking at this draft class, we got some good picks. So I'm excited about it. Grimes, and then you talk about the undrafted free agent class. Let's take a little gander. I think I had something here. Yep. So here's your undrafted free agent class. And look, I think that we all know this is a rebuild. It's going to retooling, going to take a couple years. So you got to look to find some gems. And I think we truly found a gem. And not only Grimes, as mentioned here, Eagles Inc., but I really, really like the Jamie Newman pickup. I think that is going to be a great addition. Jack Stoll, not a lot of people giving him too much hope, but I think he could be a very intriguing tight end 3. Come in here, help in that like H-back role we've talked about, not necessarily a fullback, but could come in. He definitely likes to block. He's got soft hands, as they say, but he's got good hands. He can catch the ball. We need guys that are going to be able to do all of those things. You saw like a Jack Doyle over there in Indianapolis, and Trey Burton played that H-back role. So I think he can definitely try to fill those roles. We have Goddard right now and Ertz, but we don't know if Ertz will still be around. And then you have Jeremy Kroom, the 1 target, 1 catch, 1 touchdown wonder. But yeah, I really think that he might have a chance too. But Jamie Newman, man, I like that kid. I think, he was in pretty crappy systems, crappy teams. And I think given the right coaching, I think the kid throws a beautiful ball. He just needs to work on his regressions, sticks to that first regression too much. And if it's not there, he's running the ball. And I think somebody needs to help him out with that. But I think the kid's going to be great. And what a perfect system to come to. Jalen Hurts to help him, Joe Flacco, Nick Sirianni, Shane Steichen, Brian Johnson, and Kevin Patullo. I think those guys are all going to help him. So some definite steals there. Watched Newman tape. He's got a great arm, strong kid. He can run the ball. And they talk about him being a dual threat, but I don't even think he has to be. I think he can really throw the ball. Like we talk about plays breaking down for him. I don't think he was really going through his progressions, but strong arm. And I think, that's why he was undrafted. But this is why we talked about not drafting a quarterback unless it was necessary, and it wasn't. So pick up a guy like him, and I really like the move. Joe Flacco be the mentor for these young guys, and a great coaching staff that I just mentioned. So, I like it. Grimes, as you had mentioned too, talk about him being 6'4", going up and get it. I think he needs to work on being a little more tough when he goes up to get it. He's got that straight line speed. He's a burner, and I think he'll be a great addition to the team. And obviously Brian Johnson, we talked about, he was the offensive coordinator over there in Florida, now being the quarterback's coach over here. I'm sure he had some influence. Bring him on, and kid can compete with JJ Arcega-Whiteside, Travis Fulgham. They can all try to be that go up and get it X receiver, and that possession in the red zone guy. And that's what Arcega-Whiteside was supposed to be. Fulgham came out of nowhere. We stopped giving him the ball. Just so much chaos on this team, so it's hard to gauge what the talent was. Rager coming back from injury, playing through injury, the coaching staff not using him correctly. So there's just so many issues on this team, and I hope that they fixed them. I hope we headed in the right direction here. But hey, well, so far so good in my mind. Like I said, I like the draft class, and then I really, really, really like the fact that we got a first-round pick next year still. So excited to see what DeVonta Smith does, Gainwell in this offense, and then those young guys on defense, because this defense needs an overhaul. So why not get some young talent in there? And that's what we did. 6 out of 9 of the picks. Nice. I love it. So I'm going to get rolling out here. It's been a long damn day, a little bit past 11 o'clock. If you guys got the chance, check out, put up my first podcast, had Chris Franklin on here from NJ.com, Eagles and 76ers beat reporter. It was a great time getting to know him. It was awesome talking to him on here and after. A great guy. Definitely check out his work. But go check out that podcast, On the Road to Victory with Jimmy Smith. And if not, you can check it out here on YouTube, or the whole deal. We're at Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, all that great stuff, wherever your heart desires. But I appreciate all the likes, the subscribing, the retweets, whatever you're doing out there. I truly appreciate the support. If you guys need anything, you can always reach out to me, whether it be to talk about football or life in general. Always here, and appreciate the friendships I do make with you guys. So I'm going to get rolling out, though. Have yourselves a wonderful night. And as always, go Birds!